I made a paper log maker, and I've had this paper and cardboard soaking in this bucket for about 3 days now. I got 3 other buckets I got a bunch of paper soaking in, but I think this is the first time I've used it. I'm hoping it's going to work. I wanted something that's quick and simple, nothing just going to take forever to do. I just want something you come out to the garage, whip them out, and be done with them real quick. So let me get the paper log maker set up and I'll show you how it works. Alright, so this is my paper press, and it's just basically a concept idea. I still want to do a bunch of more changes to it, but I want to see how it's going to work before I get overly involved with it. I do think that I'm going to have to cut. There's slots on all 3 sides here, and I think I'm going to have to cut more to let more of the water out faster, but we'll see how it goes. This is the worst part, putting all the slop in it. It'll still take more. It's probably gonna take pretty much all what I got in this 5-gallon bucket. I don't know for definite. We'll find out. I'm gonna run this down with the air gun, and once that compressor kicks on over there, it's going to get really loud. It's probably going to be loud enough just with the air gun running. But once the compressor turns on, I'm going to stop using the air gun, and I'm going to repack this thing so that you guys don't have to watch me repack it over and over again. I'm sure I'm going to have to pack this probably 3-4 times to get all what I can get in here as much as I can. Alright, so let's start. I will take that noise out of this. But there is a paper log and a bunch of excess. I think maybe I should have sprayed some Pam on the inside of this. Let me clean up this mess and I'll show you how I made it. Okay, trying to give you a little close-up of how I built it. I have on one side here, I just took 2 plates, cut them, made a hinge out of it so it's welded to the bottom of the pipe and to the top of the lid. And on the other side, I just did almost the same thing, except I brought this one down farther so I get a bolt in it to lock it down. And then for the middle, I just cut a circle and put a washer on it, welded a nut to the top, and then I put a plate, I don't know if you can see it, on the inside so that that round circle spins as it goes down. And I'm not too sure if that is the way I do the next one. It might just be solid, so as it turns it pushes, because it's binding up on me. In different places it'll go down and it'll cock here and there. So like I said, but this is just a demo. I'm not really, I do want to do some changes to it. And then as for the bottom, I don't know why I took that off. I got anti-seize over everything, so after you're done with it, make sure you anti-seize everything back up, because you don't want it to rust. And on the bottom, I just put a plate. I just welded 2 angles. I just welded 2 angles on both sides. But like I said, I want to change that around to where it just slides in. But that is my paper log maker. So this is, of all the newspaper that I had in the 5-gallon bucket, this is my paper log. And I ended up with a 13-inch log, and that's a 4-inch pipe. I have tried the 2 buckets, the one bucket where you drill all the holes in it and you mix your newspaper up and you dump it in there, and then you sit on the bucket and try to push it out. But what happens is all the holes that you drill get filled with paper, and it does not get the water out of it. I mean, I have actually stood on top of the bucket. I flipped the bucket upside down and stood on top of the bucket with the holes in it, and it just plugs off and you can't get it. You need something to compress it together. So this seemed to work okay, and it is, you know what, it's damp. It's not soaking wet like you do if you're using the bucket method. And I made this up too. I just took a piece of round stock and a couple pieces of flat strap and grounded the sides kind of sharp so you could stir it all up. But everything seemed to work okay. It's a little longer with the impact than I thought it would be. I thought it'd go a lot quicker than that. I think my next one that I'm going to build, I am going to use Acme thread so it screws in faster, because it's time consuming backing that off, loading it up, backing it off, loading it up. So, but it worked out really good. I'm happy with it. Okay, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.